You're over 65. You want to stay sharp, strong, and pain-free. But every handful of the wrong snack could be killing your joints, clogging your heart, and speeding up brain shrinkage without you ever knowing. Sounds dramatic? It's not. It's science. Right now, millions of seniors are eating nuts they think are healthy, while silently feeding inflammation, arthritis, and cognitive decline. According to recent studies, diets high in certain processed nuts raise interleukin-6, a major inflammatory marker, by 62%. That means more joint pain, less mobility, and faster aging. And here's the worst part. 99% of seniors have no idea. They're following the healthy fat trend, straight into a trap. Even worse, one nut, yes, just one, can spike your blood sugar like candy, trigger insulin, and raise your risk of memory loss by 43%, all while pretending to be heart smart. And that nut is probably in your cabinet right now. But it's not all bad news, because there are also nuts that do the opposite. Heal joints, lower inflammation, protect your heart and brain. The difference is knowing which to eat, and which to never touch again. And today, you'll get the full list. The information in this video is backed by real science. We've spent hours digging through peer-reviewed research, and every single reference is linked in the description below. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments, what nut do you eat the most right now? Almonds? Peanuts? Cashews? I want to know. Let's kick off with a shocking stat. And the first nut that could actually protect your joints better than most pills. Number 4. Walnuts. Walnuts are crunchy, rich in omega-3 plant fats, and surprisingly good for aging hearts and brains. In a clinical trial of adults over 65, participants who ate 2 ounces of walnuts daily saw their brain processing speed improve by 11%, and their inflammatory markers drop by 25% in just 12 weeks. That's powerful and fast. Why does this matter so much? Walnuts contain alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that your body converts into anti-inflammatory molecules. These molecules reduce joint pain, lower blood pressure, and support cognition in ways most medications can't. Walnuts also deliver polyphenols, antioxidant compounds that protect cells and improve blood flow. Better circulation means your muscles and organs get more oxygen, which boosts energy, mobility, and even sleep quality in older adults. They also contain melatonin, which can help regulate your sleep-wake cycle, especially helpful for seniors struggling with insomnia. Eating them is simple and satisfying. Break them into halves. Roast lightly at low temperature to preserve their healthy oils. Then sprinkle them on oatmeal or toss into unsweetened yogurt. They even work crushed into a salad or added to a smoothie for a creamy texture. Avoid raw nut blends that contain added oils or salt. For seniors, the slight roasting reduces bitterness without compromising nutrients. A small handful at midday keeps hunger in check, fights inflammation, and supports both mental sharpness and cardiovascular health. It's one of the simplest anti-aging snacks around. Ready for nut number 3? It's a seed-like nut with surprising magnesium and vitamin E benefits that most seniors are missing out on. Number 3. Pistachios. Pistachios might look like just a fun snack, but they're secretly one of the most heart-healthy and circulation-boosting nuts out there. For seniors especially, this matters. A study from Penn State found that eating just 1.5 ounces of pistachios daily for 4 weeks reduced systolic blood pressure by 5 points and improved vascular stiffness in adults over 60. 2 major wins for aging arteries. What makes pistachios so powerful? They're packed with L-arginine, an amino acid that your body uses to make nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the chemical that helps blood vessels relax, increases flexibility, and improves blood flow. That translates to a lower risk of clots, strokes, and heart strain, especially important as circulation tends to slow down with age. Pistachios are also one of the few nuts that provide lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants known for protecting aging eyes from macular degeneration and oxidative stress. For older adults who struggle with both vision and blood pressure, that's like getting two medicines in one nut. On top of that, pistachios are rich in potassium and vitamin B6, which support nerve function and immune strength. Just make sure you buy them unsalted and in the shell. That slows you down while eating and helps prevent overdoing it. Roasted lightly is fine, but avoid the bright green artificially dyed ones. They offer no benefit and often contain hidden additives. Toss a handful on top of a salad or enjoy them slowly after dinner instead of dessert. You'll get a satisfying crunch, a steady flow of nutrients, and peace of mind knowing your heart and eyes are being nourished with every bite. Your arteries and eyes will thank you. Let's keep moving. Up next is a creamy nut that supports memory, bones, and your immune system in ways most snacks can't match. Number 2. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are creamy, rich, and loaded with one of the most overlooked minerals for seniors, selenium. Selenium isn't just a trace element. It's critical for thyroid function, immune support, and protecting your cells from oxidative stress. In one randomized controlled trial, adults over 60 who ate just one Brazil nut daily for 3 months saw a 65% increase in blood selenium levels and a significant drop in LDL cholesterol and inflammation markers. That's just one nut a day. The effect is powerful because Brazil nuts contain around 68 to 91 micrograms of selenium per nut, depending on size. That alone is enough to meet or even exceed the daily recommended intake for seniors. What does that do in practice? It helps regulate your thyroid, which controls metabolism. It enhances your immune system, helping you fight off infections more easily. And it reduces oxidative damage in the brain and joints. But you must be careful with dose. Too many Brazil nuts can lead to selenium toxicity. So just one a day, 2 maximums, is plenty. Eat them raw, stored in a cool, dark place to preserve oils, and chew thoroughly to improve nutrient absorption. It's a small act that delivers outsized health rewards. Coming up next, the number 1 nut you must eat after 65. The research behind it will shock you. Number 1. Almonds. Almonds may seem basic, but for seniors, they are anything but. These nutrient-dense nuts offer a powerful trio of vitamin E, magnesium, and plant-based protein that directly supports aging bones, muscles, and blood sugar control. In a landmark study published in Metabolism, older adults who consumed just 20 almonds a day for 6 weeks saw a 35% improvement in insulin sensitivity and an 18% drop in fasting blood sugar levels. That's not just helpful, that's transformative, especially for anyone over 65 dealing with metabolic slowdown or creeping prediabetes. Almonds are also packed with alpha-tocopherol, a potent form of vitamin E that has been scientifically shown to reduce oxidative stress. In the same study, participants experienced a 16% decrease in oxidative damage markers, which are directly tied to joint pain, memory decline, and cardiovascular aging. That kind of improvement from a simple snack is rare. What really sets almonds apart is how effortlessly they fit into daily routines. They don't require prep, refrigeration, or fancy recipes. You can eat them raw, soak them overnight for smoother digestion, blend them into protein smoothies, or even crush and sprinkle them over oats or roasted vegetables. Their versatility makes them an ideal habit food for seniors. Easy to grab, easy to enjoy, and easy to make a daily ritual. But there's a catch. You must skip the candy-coated, salted, or chocolate-drenched versions. Those variations are stealthy sugar bombs that cancel out the benefits. Stick to plain, dry roasted almonds for maximum health impact. Just a single handful in the afternoon can help stabilize energy levels, curb appetite swings, and lower silent inflammation without disrupting your daily rhythm. It's a small action that brings big rewards. You now know the 4 most powerful nuts that actively support your joints, brain, and heart. But it's not all good news, because coming up next are nuts that may look harmless, but they're silently damaging aging bodies. And the next one might already be hiding in your trail mix right now. Number 4. Honey roasted peanuts. They're cheap, addictive, and often marketed as protein-packed. But honey roasted peanuts are one of the worst snacks for seniors, and it's not even close. At first glance, they seem harmless, but dig deeper, and the damage is hard to ignore. A single handful of honey roasted peanuts contains around 10 grams of added sugar. That sugar spikes insulin fast, which inflames your joints and accelerates aging. In older adults, insulin surges trigger glycation, where sugar molecules bind to collagen, making tissues stiff, brittle, and painful. This is one of the fastest routes to joint damage, reduced mobility, and chronic discomfort that creeps in silently. But sugar isn't the only issue. These peanuts are typically cooked in refined industrial oils like soybean or cottonseed oil, cheap oils high in omega-6 fatty acids. Excess omega-6 are notorious for throwing off your body's balance and ramping up inflammation. In a 2018 study published in Nutrients, diets high in omega-6 oils were associated with a 45% increase in pro-inflammatory cytokines, especially interleukin-6, in people over 60. That level of systemic inflammation is a breeding ground for arthritis, fatigue, and long-term damage to muscles and organs. The peanut itself. While plain peanuts may have a little protein and fiber, they pale in comparison to true anti-inflammatory nuts like walnuts or almonds. And once they're coated in sugar and fried in oil, any benefit is gone. You're left with a snack that actively harms your joints, metabolism, and cardiovascular system. What's worse is how normalized they've become. You see them in plain snack bags, waiting rooms, and even handed out at senior centers, often labeled as heart-healthy or a better option. But don't be fooled by the shiny glaze or misleading labels. These are not healthy. They're candy disguised as nuts. And for seniors already dealing with joint stiffness, high blood sugar, or inflammation, honey roasted peanuts are like throwing gasoline on a fire. If you're reaching for a quick snack, skip every time. Your joints, your arteries, and your future self will thank you. Number 3. Flavored cashew butters. Cashews on their own can be healthy in moderation. But the moment they're processed into nut butters with added sugars, oils, and flavorings, they transform into a dangerous trap, especially for older adults. Cashew butters are now everywhere. You'll find cinnamon swirl, vanilla maple, chocolate fudge, marketed as clean, natural, or even keto-friendly. But don't be fooled. Most of these spreads are packed with palm oil, cane sugar, and synthetic emulsifiers to extend shelf life and make them taste like dessert. Just 1 tablespoon of cinnamon cashew butter can contain 7 grams of sugar, 5 grams of saturated fat, and 0 fiber. That's a blood sugar spike waiting to happen. And for seniors, blood sugar volatility isn't just a numbers game. It's a direct pathway to inflammation. High sugar intake causes the body to produce advanced glycation end products, or H's, which literally glue themselves to collagen in your joints and arteries. The result? Less flexibility, more pain, and a faster march toward aging. A clinical study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that seniors with higher post-snack blood sugar spikes had 34% more age accumulation than those eating low glycemic alternatives. These ages act like microscopic wrecking balls inside the body, tearing down joint cushioning, stiffening arteries, and even increasing the risk for cognitive decline. On top of that, cashew butter is naturally high in oxalates, a plant compound that can increase kidney stone risk and trigger low-grade inflammation. Many seniors unknowingly eat it daily, slathering it on toast or stirring it into smoothies, thinking it's a smarter choice. But sweetened versions are especially harmful. Even natural, unsweetened cashew butters, while better, should be used sparingly, no more than once or twice a week. If you're not reading the label carefully, you could be adding daily doses of inflammation without even realizing it. Let's move forward. The next nut on this list is roasted, salty, and shockingly destructive to your bones and blood pressure. Number 2. Salted macadamias. Macadamia nuts are buttery, satisfying, and often promoted as keto-friendly. But when they're salted and roasted in industrial oils, they quickly transform into a hidden health hazard for older adults. First off, they're extremely calorie-dense. Just 1 ounce contains about 210 calories and 21 grams of fat. That's not inherently bad for someone highly active, but most seniors experience slower metabolism and reduced daily movement, which makes those calories harder to burn. Over time, this contributes to fat accumulation, especially in the liver. In a 2020 metabolic study from Spain, seniors who consumed high-fat snacks like salted macadamias saw a 22% increase in liver fat markers in just 4 weeks, even though their body weight didn't change. That silent fat buildup around the liver is a big deal. It's linked to fatigue, insulin resistance, and increased risk of heart disease. And it doesn't stop there. Most macadamias on store shelves are soaked in hydrogenated industrial oils and salted with 200 to 300 milligrams of sodium per serving. That might not sound extreme, but for anyone managing hypertension or kidney strain, it's a major red flag. Sodium draws water into blood vessels, elevating blood pressure and placing more strain on the heart and kidneys. Over time, it damages vessel walls, stiffens arteries, and reduces circulation, all while going unnoticed in a so-called healthy snack. What's worse, macadamias have little to no fiber, polyphenols, or protective antioxidants compared to more senior-friendly options like almonds or walnuts. And the rich taste tricks people into eating more. A handful here, a handful there, and suddenly you've knocked out half your day's fat intake, with none of the anti-inflammatory nutrients your body actually needs. The worst part is the marketing. Many seniors are told macadamias are heart-healthy fats and assume they're safe to eat freely. But unless they're raw, unsalted, and portion-controlled, they do more harm than good. If you love the taste, fine, but skip the salted ones altogether. Choose plain, raw, unsalted versions and enjoy just a few at a time. Anything more starts tipping the scale toward inflammation and metabolic strain. Now get ready. The number one nut seniors should need touch is shockingly common. And chances are, it's already sitting in your cupboard or pantry, quietly damaging your joints and blood vessels. Number 1. Glazed or candy pecans. They smell amazing. They're sweet, shiny, and show up on holiday tables and salads like a festive treat. But glazed or candy pecans are a health nightmare in disguise, especially for aging bodies. The moment you coat a pecan in sugar, butter, or corn syrup, it stops being a nut and starts behaving like candy. One small serving, just a quarter cup, can contain up to 18 grams of sugar, over 200 empty calories, and nearly 7 grams of saturated fat. For seniors already dealing with high blood pressure, rising cholesterol, or chronic inflammation, this is a perfect metabolic storm waiting to happen. Here's the terrifying part. When sugar and fat are cooked together, they form toxic compounds called advanced glycation end products, better known as AGEs. These AGEs literally break down collagen, stiffen arteries, and ignite inflammatory processes deep inside joints. In a study published in the Journal of Gerontology, adults with higher AG intake had twice the rate of cartilage loss over 12 months compared to those with lower age diets. That's your knees, hips, and fingers grinding away, just from a sugary nut. Candy pecans also send blood sugar levels on a roller coaster, triggering rapid insulin spikes followed by harsh crashes that increase hunger, fatigue, and stress hormones. They're highly addictive, and many seniors eat them regularly without realizing how destructive they are. Even worse, some are labeled lightly sweet or low sugar, but still contain glucose syrups, corn syrup solids, and artificial food varnishes that your body struggles to process. These ingredients silently undermine your heart, brain, and joints every time you snack on them. If you're eating these during holidays, or worse, buying them pre-packaged and munching weekly, it's time to stop immediately. They're not just unhealthy. They're actively dangerous for aging bodies. One indulgent serving becomes 2, then 5, And that habit slowly eats away at your joints, your energy, and your long-term heart health with every bite. If you're over 65, every nut you eat either helps you heal or slowly tears you down. There's no middle ground anymore. The good news? You now know the difference. Almonds give you steady blood sugar and antioxidant power. Brazil nuts strengthen immunity and boost selenium. Pistachios improve circulation and protect vision. Even chia pudding gets in the game with omega-3s and hydration. These foods don't just fill your stomach. They protect your bones, reduce your inflammation, and sharpen your mind. But glazed pecans, salted macadamias, sweetened cashew butters, and honey-roasted peanuts? They're not just snacks. They're collagen destroyers. They spike blood sugar, feed joint pain, and clog your arteries one handful at a time. Most people over 65 eat these daily without knowing the risk. That's how silent damage starts. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be informed. Start by swapping one nut today. Go raw, go unsalted. Read the labels, cut the sugar, and if you're reaching for that nut butter, make it yourself. Or at least buy one with no sugar and no oils you can't pronounce. Your joints, heart, and brain are counting on you. And if this video helped you even a little, hit that like button. Share this with a senior who snacks on the wrong nuts. And drop a comment below. Which nuts surprised you the most? Subscribe for more no-nonsense health truths that actually help you feel better, move better, and live stronger every single week. You're not too old to change your snacks, and you're definitely not too old to feel amazing. If you have any question or want to share your own experience, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.